Good morning, everyone. I'm sitting out in the garden, the complex. I'll show you around at the end of the video, but this is basically costs of everything here and my costs. So it's a personal video. It doesn't include travelling. It's as if I'm staying in the same place for 1 month and I'm living my normal life. Obviously, everything varies on this, depending who you are, but I've wanted to do a cost breakdown for a while. You'll have to excuse the noise in the background. They're doing up the road, but they'll be doing it every day. This is as far away as I could get from them, so I think it's fine. I've tested it before and the sound seems to be coming out fine. So we're going to go to how much it is to live in the Philippines, or to live in Cebu, or to live in Mactan in 2024. I'm going to quote it all in pounds. I know a lot of you want dollars and everything, but I'll put in the description at the bottom, I'll write in dollars as well. So I'll do a bit of editing on this. So the first and biggest cost is the rent here, rent for the condo. So this condo is called 8 Mactan Boulevard. My rent here is 28,000. That works out to £400, and that includes obviously access to the pool, to the gym, and we get a beach pass as well, so I can go to the beach anytime we want, which is pretty good value, because not many come with a beach pass, or not many come with these swings. I'm sitting on a swing now. So this is a swinging video. Okay, so I've got notes here, and I'm going from the notes. They're a bit messy, but I'll try to do that. So I'm doing a comparison. If you really want to live frugally, I've done a down market quote of say 10,000, but that would be living in an area with chickens and barking dogs. There's not that much crime, so I wouldn't. But it'd be a sort of a dodgy-ish area, and it'll be the inside would be pretty basic. But you can get condos for 10,000 with pools and gym. It just depends on the area as well. There's location. That works out to £150. Right now I do my electricity. They've got a meter in the place, and in every room. So that's obviously depends on how much you use your aircon. I put the aircon on every night. It's not really usually on in the daytime. I mean, I'm lucky here because I've got a flat on this side, and this side is cooler. The other sides of the condos get the sun all day. This side gets the shade all day. I get a little bit of sun on the balcony, but not much. But aircon is still, it gets very hot at night. So that comes to about 2,000 electricity, and that's for a month, and that's £30. So you don't have to add all this up, because I've got a summary of the whole thing at the end. Water as well, they calculate the water, and that's quite cheap. It's about 500 pesos for the month, and that's £7. Another sort of fairly big expense is internet. I've got Wi-Fi, and it's pretty fast. It's pretty good. I watch YouTube all the time. I haven't got Netflix, but I've got Amazon Prime, but I'm a member of Amazon Prime, so I shouldn't think you get that much there. There's a bloke watering the garden. Just be careful with the water. So the internet for me cost 18,000. That's about £25 a month. So those electricity, water, and internet are fixed. So maybe you won't want one if you're living frugally. Maybe you won't want internet. But I worked the whole thing out. Me, it costs 437 altogether, and a down market I've got 187 a month. So that's not bad living for that sort of price. Food, very objective. This is. We've got a supermarket just downstairs from this complex. It's open a lot of the time. I hardly ever seen it closed. But anyway, it's not open 24/7, but you can get your basics down there. Not the cheapest place you're going to get, but it's not too bad. So most of the groceries I get there, and you can buy, if you want to go to the markets, it's best to have a Filipino with you. But you can go, there's a lot of markets, and that makes it even cheaper. So I'd say groceries on there about 10,000 pesos a month, and that's £150. It's not bad, and I'd say the lower end would be 7,000, which is £100. Now eating out and entertainment are two things I do. I eat out about 3 times a week or something, but I don't go to fancy schmancy restaurants. I don't go to Candelarias are like street food where you can sit down, and occasionally I've done that. But normally your fast foods, or everything's got rice with it. It's a very rice-centered diets here. So most meal, you can probably buy a meal about 150, 200 pesos with a drink, which would be a good lunch for you. So I'd say eating out and the odd coffee. I'm not the one to sit in coffee shops, but I have the odd one out. There are certain places you can get drinks quite cheap, sort of cold, like iced coffee, iced tea, bubble teas. You can get for about 35 peso, that's 50p. Or you could go up to 200 peso. So that's subjective. I worked out, I'm doing a personal one, I've worked it out to 7,000 pesos, which is £100. So if you go down market from that, the groceries, if you want to be frugal and save a bit, it'll be about 3,500 a month, and that's £500. So that wouldn't include eating out. You probably won't really want to eat out if you're going that low. But you might, I don't know. Anyway, right. The next subject I am going to talk about is transport. I don't take taxis. Or what I do, occasionally I take taxis. Taxis start at 40 pesos on the clock. If you go on about a 15-minute, 20-minute drive, well, 15 minutes, say it would cost about 100 pesos. That's about £1.50. But remember, there's always a possibility of traffic. So, but the buses are really good here. They're air conditioned, they're cheap, and there's loads of them. Because there's such a big population here, you won't have to wait long for buses. They've got the destinations at the front, written down at the front. If you don't know or you're not sure, you ask the driver. There's usually a conductor, and they're really good. They know where you're going. Even if the bus is full, they'll remember where you're going. Well, there's not many foreigners who go in them, and they'll tell you where to get off as well. So I'd recommend them. As I said, air conditioned, they're comfortable. The small buses, they do want to get fill them up. They want to get as many bums on seats as they can. I've worked out my transport works out to about 7,000 a month. That's £100. So if you're using buses, jeepneys are not so comfortable. If you're tall, the jeepneys have got a very small roofs. You can get most places for about 15 peso. That could be a half-hour trip. 15 peso is, what is it, 10p? I don't know. So buses and jeepneys and everything. I worked out the whole thing is about 2,000 pesos a month. But if I want to use taxis, it would be 7,000 pesos per month. So 7,000 using taxis, that's about £100. Using buses and jeepneys, it's 2,000, which is about £30. Entertainment, there's no like theatres here. You can't go out and watch band. You can watch bands play. A lot of food parks that have live bands playing. They're mostly cover bands, but you don't pay for them. You don't pay to go into a food park. So most food parks will have all the food around in a circle and a stage in the middle or one end, and you'd sit down there. No one really claps here, but you sit down and watch some pretty good people. Some of them are like the equivalent of karaoke, but some of them are pretty good. And as I say, it's mostly covers. So that costs nothing to get into, and you just buy food. No one pressures you to buy food. You can just sit there all night and watch the bands. So I've put down nothing for that. The food sort of covers that. I would say I've been doing Zumba classes about for 30 pesos or 50 pesos. It depends how many people are there. I'm not counting that as entertainment because I was doing it every day, and it's a really good class. It's a really they do that at Mactan Shrine. But now I'm not going. I'm just going occasionally now. Medication of another variety, I would say my pills, my medication, it works out to about 4,000 or less than that. That's £60 a month. Now you don't need a script, but you can go if you want to go to a doctor to get a script, which I did at the beginning of my trip here. I just went to a doctor. You don't have to make an appointment. You just sit outside the studio, the surgery. I'd wait about 10 minutes, and it cost 500 pesos. That's £3.50, and she was very good. So obviously I'm coming to insurance now, and there might be some comments about this because I haven't got any insurance. but don't tell anyone. I know a lot of people like to travel with insurance everywhere they go. I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those people who take big heavy bags as well. I travel very light. So as far as insurance goes, I might regret it if something really big happens to me. There might be comments here. There might be comments here about it. But I'm happy having no insurance. If something does happen, I'll just pay for it cash. If it's something really big, we'll cross that bridge when I come to it. So I haven't put anything down for insurance and Visa. Visa's a bit hard for me to understand. I'm getting them at 2 months at a time now. At the beginning it was 1 month. Now it's 2 months. And then it varies. Every time I go there, I don't know how much I'm going to pay for it. But one time I paid an extra money for this card, but I was on Panglo Island and I paid $50 extra, and the card is at Panglo Island. And to get this card, which would enable me to open a bank account and I think to do a few other things, to get the card I've got to go over to Panglo Island, and they're not going to send it to me. So that was 8,000 pesos, so that was £120. But I would say on average, the Visa per month, on average, and this is a high average, that's 2,000 pesos, and that works out to £30. So what I've got here is a breakdown of everything, and I will put upper end and lower end, but it works out to, the whole thing works out to £825 a month, which is just over $1,000 US. And at the lower end, it's about 450. That's about close to $500. But you would be living frugally. You wouldn't be doing much. And I won't. Well, if you want to come out here and you're really desperate to get away from where you are, you could still do it. But you've got to watch your pennies every time. And remember, this whole breakdown is if you haven't got a girlfriend. It's gonna be more expensive with a girlfriend. So you're gonna be paying double for your meals. You're paying I wouldn't say them all, but a lot of the local ladies are not very wealthy, to say the least. So you'd have to give them a bit of money as well. Well, you don't have to, but it's nice to help them out, and it's not costing you anything to give them 1,000 pesos here and there, and it's nice to have company. So yeah, you can't. It's not always good to do things on your own all the time. Okay, so that's my cost breakdown. I'll put it all up, and right now I'm thinking of buying. I think I will buy a GoPro. Make steadier pictures, because I'm going to go out and give you a tour now of the complex, and because I've got the camera on, it's going to be a bit shaky. So if you don't like the shakiness, you can log off now and hopefully I'll have the GoPro soon. I'm not very technically minded, I'm not very good at editing, as you could see from my last videos. But I found a tool that I can edit these sort of videos, and I can put things in and muck around with them. So anyway, without further, I don't think I've got further ado's. Without further ado, I'll show you where I am, just the outside of the complex. I've done if you look back, I've done a tour of my condo here. I did it many times. I did it with my, when I did a 6-month summary, I gave a little tour of the complex, but I didn't do the outside bits. So here we go. Come walk with me. Okay. Right, this is an outside area. You've seen enough of my face. So this is an outside area. I would call it a jogging track. I think the swimming pool hello. Did the swimming pool used to be here? This used to be a swimming pool. I know where it is. Oh, I don't think you was too. Right, so I don't know whether this used to be a swimming pool. He doesn't know. But this is it's a shame that there's no shade around where the swimming pool is. So it's a sea view from here. It's a bit cloudy today. There's always people working on. There's always builders here. Right, so this is basically the complex is 1, 2, 3, 4. They're called clusters. They're called clusters. And this is another complex. This is the two at the end. One's the Savoy Hotel and the other one is the Belmont. So they're very nice. So not like the Savoy in London, but still very posh. So this is a nice area. It's nice and quiet around here. Hardly anyone uses it. A little hammock, you can sit down. It's all shaded. The swings on the chairs. So this is sort of a jogging track. I've tried it with just a little bit, but it'd be a bit boring doing a 5k here. It wouldn't be too bad. It's always shaded in the morning. There's always people doing something here. Lots of empty flats as well. There's always work for people to do here. This is the koi pond. Hey, nice little bridge. You can walk over the bridge. This is a view from my condo. Is up there somewhere on the 12th floor. So the path wiggles around there a bit. goes around there, comes back. So you can have a little bit of a run around here. There's quite a few things with broken windows here. So we're on the 5th floor. We're on the 5th floor of the complex. And there's 18 floors. So all this is on the 5th floor. Below this, there's the ground floor is the reception area. Below that is the call centre. So there's 4 floors of call centre. 4 floors of call centre, and then the block start. Hello, how are you? Jerry's my waterman. Here's Jerry. I didn't actually cost that in the water because that's a timely reminder there, because Jerry brings water when you ask him, and one of those containers, one of these jerry cans. Hello. Sorry, I'm just doing a film. I won't put you on the film, don't worry. One of those cans costs 35 peso, so that's 50p. Usually, I could have included that, but it probably works out to about £1 a month. So I usually get him to deliver 2. I think most people do the same. He delivers 2 at a time, and he's pretty reliable. When you phone him, he'll come within an hour. He's always in the area. So this is also an indoor area which you use for functions. I've seen weddings here. They dress these rooms up, and it's a very nice area to do. I don't know if that's part of your. I think if you want to use it, it's part of your overall rent. I might be wrong. It's a bit dark. Yeah, that's better. I might be wrong. So we're going to go up. Let's carry on here. Let's put you on hold. I didn't put you on hold for very long. We're going to see the pool. It's an infinity pool. This is a Saturday, so there's quite a lot of people come here for a weekend. They're building a new museum and a conference hall over the road there. It's lovely here at night as well when it gets a bit cooler, but today's not too bad. So I was talking to you on the other side of this. You can only get there through the complex. You can't get there from the outside, from where I was talking. Here's a little Zen garden over there, and some more swings and tables there. So you're not allowed to bring food up to the pool. So a lot of families come here, the whole family, and eat down here, and then go and swim. we're going into the gym, which I sort of use every morning. Most mornings I'm here, I'm on the running machine. Yeah, so I'm usually on my own here because I'm here early in the morning. It's not the greatest gym you'll ever find, but they've got lots of free weights. They've got 2 running machines, one which works, cross trainer here which works fine, and it's pretty basic. There is air conditioning, but it's not over the machines you want it, but it sort of helps when you're on the running machine. I'll just go to the other side of the pool. It's a nice overcast day today. It's good for swimming. When this is really hot and sunny, it is pretty unbearable for more than 10 minutes. You can go for a swim, but sitting out for more than 10 minutes is very hard. There's no shade here, so they put the shade on the other side and put the shade here. It's a little kiddies pool. At the other end of the pool there's a kids playground. It's a pity that this is big, because it was a really nice view before they put this building up. But they're progressing on it quite well. There's lots of build. It's going to be, in about 10 years, this place will be unrecognisable. That round building there is called El Fresco, and that's got restaurants in it in a circle. So you can choose what you want to eat. It's all fast food. It's all about 150, 200 pesos for a meal. And then beyond that, that building beyond the McDonald's sign is the Catholic Church. It's like a mini cathedral, I suppose. And if you're looking beyond the mainland, so we're on the island. The mainland is over there, what we're looking at. That's Cebu Island. So this is going north. So this is towards the north of Cebu City, and Cebu City is just around there. I can't see it because I haven't got the camera turning that way. Okay. So that concludes. I'm going to make another video today. So that concludes the tour of the cost breakdown and the tour of the outside. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all again, or most of you again, in the next one. See you soon.